Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner McAleenan, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Thank you for your service, and please express a thank you to all the good men and women of Border Patrol for their heroic service each and every day, keeping this country safe. I want to start with a simple question. In your judgment, in your professional experience, do walls work?
Unquestionably.
So if I understand it correctly, San Diego, the wall there was built in 1992. Illegal traffic dropped 88% over 18 years and 95% over 23 years. We saw the same experience in El Paso. In El Paso, the wall was built in 1993. Illegal traffic dropped 72% over 1 year and 95% over 22 years. Same thing in Tucson, wall built in 2000. Illegal traffic dropped 90% over 15 years. Yuma, the wall was built in 2005. Illegal traffic dropped 95% over 4 years. Are those figures accurate?
Yes, Senator.
And does that reflect your professional experience that putting a physical barrier can have a significant impact decreasing and stopping illegal immigration?
Yes.
And that's both for human traffickers and narcotics traffickers.
No question.
Let's talk about a second topic, which is kids. And there's been considerable discussion about kids, and Senator Feinstein mentioned that she and I have been working on legislation together. I remain hopeful. This ought to be an area of bipartisan cooperation. It seems to me that everyone, Republican and Democrat, should be able to agree, number one, that families should stay together, that the best place for a child is with his or her mom or dad. But the rub is, number two, in what capacity? It has been the position of some congressional Democrats that in order to keep families together, what CBP must do is release both the children and the adults. I think that is a mistaken approach. The legislation that I've introduced, that I have been negotiating with Senator Feinstein, would mandate that families stay together, but stay together in a secure environment, and then expedite the proceedings, so that if those families have a valid claim for asylum, that claim gets adjudicated quickly and granted. But if they don't have a valid claim of asylum, that claim gets adjudicated quickly, it gets denied, and they get put on a plane and sent home. In your experience, what is the effectiveness of a catch and release system, a system that apprehends people crossing illegally and then releases them?
It invites further unlawful behavior.
And what is the differential in terms of the timing for adjudicated cases between the detained docket, where the individual is in custody, versus the non-detained docket where they're released?
Detained docket, in my experience, moves very efficiently, 6 to 8 weeks. The non-detained docket is years.
One of the significant challenges with our current policy is we have now created massive incentives to bring kids with you because we have essentially turned a child into a get-out-of-jail-free card. To what extent are you seeing conduct from cartels deliberately bringing either unaccompanied minors or family units over with the intention of gaming the system in the United States?
So I can tell you, Senator, that in the last 10 months, as Chief Hastings briefed yesterday, Border Patrol has identified approximately 1,700 individuals that presented as a family unit that had made fraudulent claims. And even more concerning, there was reporting this week of attorneys advising people on how to do this in Central America and providing fake birth certificates, fake indications of relationship before they depart from Central America to enable this process. You're absolutely right that if you bring a child, you will be released. You're immune from the enforcement of the law between ports of entry, and that's not a situation that's sustainable.
So let me underscore that point, because it's, I think, really quite stunning. So you've seen in excess of 1,700 cases where children were with adults. You were told they were a family unit, and you discovered that was fraudulent, so whoever those adults were, they were not actual family members of those kids.
Correct.
And let me ask you, if a child is in the custody of a human trafficker or a narcotics trafficker, how frequently are you encountering physical abuse or sexual abuse of those children in the custody of traffickers?
It's unfortunately a very common occurrence.
So if we were concerned with taking care of kids, we would want to do everything possible to prevent little boys and little girls from being in the custody of traffickers who are fraudulently using those kids to game our law enforcement. Is that right?
Of course.
Well, thank you for your good work in that regard.
Thank you.